So what I'm actually going to talk about today is how to avoid turning your business into a disaster movie. So I'm going to introduce you to a couple of friends of mine. We've got Anne and Bob. Anne is very organised, always plans ahead, always thinks about what could happen. Bob, on the other hand, is spontaneous. He loves winging it. He doesn't think about what could happen, and generally, he's the sort of person who only has car insurance because the law says he has to. So, how do they approach their IT systems? So, it's Monday morning, and you're you've got your nice steaming cup of coffee, and you're ready to start work. You've got a lot to do today. Proposals for 2 potential customers and some planning work for a future presentation to your business networking group. A momentary distraction and you knock over the cup of coffee all over your laptop and it soaks into the keyboard nicely. Let's take a look at how Anne and Bob actually respond to this. Anne calls her IT support provider. They immediately arrange for Anne to be able to access her applications and data from her iPad while they are arranging for a loan laptop and for the supply of a permanent replacement. Anne can carry on working and complete her tasks for the day. A week later, Anne has a replacement laptop, all of her applications and all of her data available. Bob didn't get round to taking out a support contract because, of course, it will never happen to him. He picks up this laptop, empties the coffee out of it, and then presses the power button. The laptop makes a horrible buzzing sound and the screen stays blank. Bob grabs his phone and does a Google search for computer repairs. Top of the list is Currys. He grabs his laptop, jumps into his car to drive to his local Curry superstore. He walks up to the repair centre with his laptop and gets told that it will take 2 days to assess it for repair. That's no good. He has 2 proposals to complete today. He starts looking around at the new laptops for sale. He finds a sales assistant and quickly discovers that they don't keep much stock anymore, as they work on a click and collect basis. Getting thoroughly stressed out now, Bob retreats to his car and starts phoning around all the computer shops he can find. Eventually, he finds a suitable laptop and drives off to the shop to buy it, thinking that all of his problems are over. After buying the laptop, he gets to his office, powers it up and discovers that none of the software he needs is installed. But it does have an awful lot of free 30-day trials. He sets about uninstalling the trial software and installing his own software. By now it's mid-afternoon. Several hours later, Bob has managed to install enough of his software to get the proposals finished. He signs into Microsoft 365, only to discover that he hadn't copied all of the work he'd done to date. To the cloud, he's in for a long night, and 2 potentially disappointed customers. Chapter 2, the laptop job. Both Anne and Bob are travelling to customer meetings, and both of them love McDonald's breakfast, so they each stop at their favourite McDonald's restaurant. Neither can be bothered to take their laptops in with them. They leave them in their cars. No one's perfect, not even Anne, apparently. And while they are enjoying their double sausage and egg McMuffins, the friendly neighbourhood thief, Robin, of course, visits both of them, manages to get their car doors open and steal both their laptops. Anne calls her IT provider. They immediately arrange for Anne to be able to access her applications and data from her iPad and arrange a loan laptop while the insurers sort out a replacement. Anne can carry on to her customer meeting, and after explaining what's happened, she can do her presentation from her iPad. When the replacement laptop arrives, her IT provider restores all of her applications and data. A stolen laptop was encrypted, so the thief, or whoever he sold it to down the pub, won't be able to access any of Anna's confidential data. Bob has no option but to cancel his customer meeting. He's got no way of presenting, even if he had the forethought to copy his presentation to the cloud, which he didn't. And to add insult to injury, Bob gets a fine from the ICO because his laptop contained personal information and wasn't encrypted. Chapter 3. A river runs through it. The weather has been awful recently. Both Anne and Bob's businesses have been affected by flooding. You might think that Anne would have planned better than this. Actually, she did, but the local council cut back on drain cleaning, and this caused her office to flood. Both Anne and Bob's businesses rely on some specialist applications that run on servers in the office, all of which are now partially underwater. Anne has arranged with her office landlord to be able to use a large conference room on the first floor temporarily, and has previously planned what will happen with her IT provider. She calls her IT provider and they put the plan into place. Engineers are sent to recover and relocate any computers that have escaped the flooding to the first floor, while the operations centre builds servers in the cloud and sets up a VPN so that they can carry on running the applications on the servers that were now underwater. Bob, unfortunately, didn't plan, as we're probably expected by now. But so he has several non-working servers, no place for his staff to work, and no idea how to recover. He's not certain that he'll be able to recover all of his data at all. So, why are these scenarios important? Well, statistics actually show that up to 94% of companies who suffer a severe data loss actually never recover. 51% of those companies close within 2 years of the incident. 43% of them don't actually open again after the disaster. So, this is why you need a plan in place. That's me, Lee Thomas, Stress-Free IT Solutions, turning your IT into an asset. If there's any questions, happy to take them now, assuming there's time.